Now, although this might let us feel that Real Madrid would not want to apply high pressure on Liverpool, I personally see a possibility of Carlo Ancelotti wanting to apply high pressure and take the risk, as we saw Real Madrid winning multiple balls back from Man City with their high pressure. Hello there everyone, it is Mitsu here and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we are going to have a tactical preview of the Champions League final between Liverpool and Real Madrid. So I'm not going to discuss how every team is building up, defending, applying pressure and all this stuff. Instead, we will be discussing various scenarios that might occur depending on the performances that we saw during the semi-finals from both teams. Let's start off with Liverpool. So Jurgen Klopp has to find a solution to marking the runs inside the box. In this example, you can see how those three players from Villarreal started sprinting inside the box. Thiago saw that but assumed that his teammates would mark those runs, and this resulted in a goal. This has been an issue for Liverpool lately. I'm not only discussing this because of the fact that Liverpool conceded from this issue against Villarreal, but because one of the main tactics that we saw from Carlo Ancelotti was the dependence on the crosses inside the box. As you can see, Real Madrid concentrated on switching the play to the right side to counter the zonal defensive system, and then Luka Modric and Valverde would perform forward runs in the half spaces to deliver crosses inside the box. This was their main tactic during the attacking phase. If those runs were not made, we saw Carvajal taking the responsibilities of crossing the balls to Benzema inside the box. As you can see here, Villarreal were playing on the counter-attack in this example, which left Robertson in this 2 versus 1 situation. Now watch the marking from Liverpool's defenders inside the box. Liverpool actually conceded their 2 goals from Villarreal from very similar situations. We should also keep in mind that Real Madrid scored 2 of the comeback goals after crossing the ball inside the box, with again bad marking from Man City to the players in the penalty area. So it's very likely to see similar attempts in the final. Real Madrid faced some problems whenever Man City started stretching the defensive lines and exploiting the half spaces. Man City concentrated on having a lot of players between the lines. We saw multiple link-ups from the likes of Riyad Mahrez and Bernardo Silva on the wings, before crossing the ball to De Bruyne, who performs the runs inside the box. Real Madrid were not able to mark the players correctly when they performed such runs and link-ups at the half spaces. Liverpool showed similar tactics against Villarreal, but instead of having a lot of players between the lines, one midfielder would always pick the ball up and carry it forward to get past some oppositions and then look for possible passing options. Mohamed Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold are always involved in this type of attacks. Notice how the team performs forward runs to provide passing options inside the box as well. The link-ups between Mohamed Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold is a fat topic for Carlo Ancelotti, as the team already struggled whenever Man City performed any kind of link-up plays on the wings. Having to handle all the overlaps and underlaps that Liverpool would try to perform would be a serious challenge for Real Madrid. We know that both teams prefer to apply high pressure at times, but Carlo Ancelotti needs to be careful as Real Madrid conceded in a counter-attack after applying high pressure with numbers. We saw that their defensive shape was not good during the transitions as the players were not able to mark certain runs, but instead they were looking at the ball. On the other hand, we saw Liverpool's response to the high pressure from Villarreal. The team was able to build up counter-attacks multiple times and keep the ball on the ground against the high pressure. Now, although this might let us feel that Real Madrid would not want to apply high pressure on Liverpool, I personally see a possibility of Carlo Ancelotti wanting to apply high pressure and take the risk, as we saw Real Madrid winning multiple balls back from Man City with their high pressure. The team was able to distribute the roles correctly and guide where they want Man City to build the attacks from, or just force a mistake and get the ball back. Now, I don't really think that we could see many mistakes in the build-ups from Liverpool, as Jurgen Klopp is not the type of manager that would concentrate on building up only on the ground, but I think that this pressure will disturb Liverpool because we saw them struggling at the first couple of minutes when Villarreal scored their early goal and applied a decent amount of high pressure. We might also see Real Madrid going for a low block with a compact defensive line to stop Liverpool's forward line. However, this might also be a problem given the fact that Carlo Ancelotti would not want to give too much spaces for Liverpool's fullbacks, because as we know they are crucial when it comes to delivering the balls inside the box. To have a better understanding of how Jurgen Klopp approaches these slow blocks, let's hear from the Econo Coaches Academy about it.
But when you play against a low block, at the end, the density is so big here that it's really difficult to be super accurate and have success moving the ball in that way. If the defense team is like that, with the lines here, you can play here, you can play here, and maybe now you can look for that. So, which is even more important than levels in depth, the cooperation of the team in width. So,
the full webinar is about 40 minutes long, so if you want to know more about it, you can continue watching at the Econo Coaches Academy when you sign up for free using the link in the description. I personally think that Carlo Ancelotti would want to get as many players as possible between the lines to take the advantage from Liverpool's usual 4-3-3 formation, especially if Fabinho will not start the match. We saw how this helped Real Madrid with taking the attention away from Benzema to allow him to have enough spaces inside the box to score. Real Madrid also had some problems with marking runs and blocking the passing lanes against these through balls inside the box. Now Liverpool main link-up plays usually depend on 3 players on the sides. We saw Trent Alexander-Arnold starting most of these, then one midfielder would carry the ball forward as we discussed, and look for any forward runs behind the defensive line. If the midfielders were marked, the number 9 would usually drop down to receive the ball instead, forcing one defender to be pulled out of possession and also forcing many fouls in the process. Real Madrid would also want to quickly find passing options on the sides to counter Liverpool's counter pressure, also known as Gegen-Pressing, which they apply very well under Jurgen Klopp. You can see how they managed to get the ball back very quickly in these examples. On the other hand, Real Madrid concentrated on the quick transitions whenever they have the chance. The team was able to counter the high pressure, with quick and short passes leading to a final long pass to Vinicius. So that was it guys, I hope you have enjoyed the analysis. I would like to know what you guys think about this match, who's going to win this time. Make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Let's see who's going to guess the score correctly for a shout out on the next video, as I'll be uploading another tactical analysis after the final. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one.